Hello to my Libras and happy holidays to every one of you. This reading is for October 31st through November 7th. Mercury is pre-shadow retrograde. That's right. Mercury is the communication planet. It's the communications. It's also the planet of knowledge and learning. It's also how messages travel to us, Libras. You all are air signs, and so be careful of astral projections, okay? Astral projections. So people astral projecting into your energy, right? However they're astral projecting, it could be your next door neighbors. It could be, people trying to project into your emotions. Through your emotions, they could be trying to astral project by talking to you. It could be through smells, through scents. People could be burning herbs. It could be cooking food, through teas, all kinds of stuff. Trying to astral project into your energy. Through a physical presence. Through their physical presence. So it's a lot of different ways. I am filled with energy, right? So somebody already in your energy always feels like something is their way or the highway. So you want to really, really get structured. You really want to get structured. Really get structured, right? So October 31st, Friday, right? So happy Friday to everybody. Friday is associated with Venus, the goddess of love, pleasure, art, music, aesthetics, right? So someone, you've already had their back and they've already stabbed you in the back. So your energy is very, very magnetic. And someone wants back into your energy, right? They've already proven to be an open enemy. You all rule 7th house. 7th house is a house of relationships. And your energy is magnetic. So someone wants back in. It's the holidays. They could be nostalgic. They could be kind of sort of remembering some things. They could be just kind of sort of remembering how you had their back. In other words, some energies could have gone out there in the world and could have gotten some karma. They could have gotten out there and realized, dang, Libra was really fair-minded with me. They really had my back in some things. And I'm realizing that some other people, I was in karmic relationships with some people and things didn't work out. Right? And so here I am trying to help you all to see how powerful you all are, Libras, and just how fair-minded you all are. But don't be your own worst enemies, Libras, by allowing people to bully you. Play all of these mind games because you all are so fair-minded. You understand? So that's where I come in as a wearing many hats. Okay. Some people are getting their karma. They're realizing that you were the fairest of them all to them. You were fair. You gave them chance after chance after chance, but they just had to have it their way or the highway. And they're realizing now that, gosh, Libra really showed me love that other people weren't showing me. And so they're analyzing, they're going through their lives right now with a fine-tooth comb, whoever the energy is. So again, happy Friday. Their mask is sliding off. They're starting to see, dang, if I had just been transparent and just real with Libra from the get-go, I wouldn't be in this predicament right now. I'm now with a karmic. I got to look over and look at a karmic. And with the Hail Mary full of grace, and here you are loving up on yourself, giving yourselves, bunches of hugs and kisses. Even if you're by yourself, you're not going to do yourself an injustice anymore. You know who you know what you need. These are both your hands, by the way. This is you right here. You are loving up on yourselves and showing yourselves a lot of love. And so learning how to be a gatekeeper of your own emotions. Taurus rules 2nd house, right? So that you see this number 2 right here. It doesn't have to be a Taurus, right? But somebody is realizing that you and Taurus actually are ruled by Venus, the goddess of love, pleasure, art, music, aesthetics. But the other side of Venus, the dark side of Venus, that it can be vain, vengeful, and green with envy. Somebody realizes that they were vain, vengeful, and green with envy when it came to you all going your separate ways. They're really feeling that right now. Just how fair you were with them. It's like it hit somebody like a ton of bricks that they once the relationship with you was over, they actually ended up with a karmic. It's just slapping somebody like an open hand, like a big open hand slap That's what it feels like to somebody, like a pow right in their face. And I'm not trying to be dramatic here, but that's what it feels like for somebody. Like somebody just took their whole open hand and with all the strength they could muster up from their ancestors and slapped the bejesus out of somebody. I mean, for real, like it just like pow. Like somebody is really feeling like, what the heck? Just, it's like somebody reared back. I gotta give y'all a visual, because that's what it feels like. Somebody just feel like somebody reared back and just kapow right in their face. So source is just saying to you, you know your worth and you know your value. You're not going to do an injustice to yourselves anymore. You realize just how fair-minded you've been. But when people are hell-bent on something is their way or the highway, you're not going to be bullied anymore. You're just not. You're not doing the mind games anymore. People they're treating you, every word that you say is like you're like in a court of law. In a relationship, you're not doing that anymore. You're not playing the mind games no more. You're not doing that. So somebody really wants a chance of talking to you. They want to gain some clarity. Now everybody wants to get clear-headed. They want to talk. You know, they want to get cut to the chase. Now you can ask them any question. Hey, they want to be put on the stand. Here, ask me anything you want to ask me now. But you're not interested. You're not interested. Whoever you are, you're just not. You've already cut ties. And good for you. Good for you, because something almost gave you a nervous breakdown. It broke you. Something really, really just broke you. And y'all know I don't promote that kind of stuff. Mental and physical health is equally as important. And I talk about your moon sign being just as important as your sun sign on my channel, because it is. You need to know what your love language is. You need to know what your love language is and how to pour into yourself. So even if you're by yourself, having a healthy work-life balance is important, right? And so some people stay in relationships because they just feel like they just need to be in a relationship with somebody, or they stay on a job even if the job is breaking them, just because they feel like, okay, well, I need this job. And people could be bullying you in the workplace, and you're just in a zombified mode. Nobody's getting the best of you. The people in your personal life are not getting the best of you because you're being bullied at work, right? The people in your professional life is not getting the best of you because you're there because you feel like you just need to be there, right? So nobody's getting the best of you. You're not getting the best of you. Nobody, right? So your reading is going to be, really going to be around sacred balance and soul alignment, Libras, and energetic balance, divine beauty, and spiritual harmony. Like I said, you all are ruled by Venus. This reading is for October 31st, which it connects us with the metal copper. It also connects us with the day of the week, Friday. It connects with the color green. And you've dealt with energies that, like I said, you had their back. You saw you all making a life together, like making money together. You're analyzing everything, trying to make money together, trying to build together, all these things. And these are two, and actually this is three energies now. That's what the things that you talked about. 3 is an inspired action. But when it came down to it, they stabbed you in the back. So, like I said, you solo now. Somebody is solo. I don't know who you are. And these two hands right here, you're attracting a soulmate. Soulmate is not romantic by default, just so we're crystal clear. Soulmate is somebody where it just flows. It literally could just be a good friend, platonic, right? No sexual interaction, no nothing. You got to remember, sacral chakra, the auric layer is the emotional body. So emotionally, things just flow for you all, like in terms of variety of things. So let's say, for instance, emotionally, your soulmate is a part of your soul tribe. You all are talking about creating a brand or creating something together, right? They could be married. They could be in a romantic relationship or dating somebody. You could be dating somebody totally separate. I'll give somebody an example of what I'm talking about. I gave an example of this in my reading when we talk about sacral chakra. So one of my favorite voices is I can't even say was, even though he is transition, is Luther Vandross, right? I was never sexually attracted to Luther Vandross, but that's one of my favorite voices, right? That's sacral chakra. That is sacral chakra. Because I still hands down think he has one of the best voices, just period. That's just my opinion, but I'm entitled to my opinion. pitch, tone, everything, right? But then I also have other favorite artists, right? We're talking about water here. I just felt like everything for him just flowed, but I'm quite sure he was able to contain, put his water in a container, meaning his creativity in a container. He was able to control it, just an amazing control. So that's for sacral chakras, and that's like people in your soul tribe. They're able to control the flow of their energy, right? Like you're able to control the flow of your energy and yours. You see these two separate bowls here, but things just flow. And so when you get to knowing what your moon sign is, the moon has an affinity with water. So when you feel like your water is low, you know how to pour back into yourself in ways that you're not overstepping boundaries with other people. So if and your soul tribe is not overstepping boundaries either. So for example, an example of that would be, let's say you're just worn out. Let's say in the workplace, you're worn out from projects in the workplace, and you just say, hey, you know what? I just need a mental health day. I just need a break. Maybe you just you've been working on a project and you're just exhausted, right? Okay, we just been burning a candle at both ends, just been working. I just need a mental health day. Okay, your soul tribe is picking up the slack. They get it. Okay, and so that may have even prompted people to say, you know what? That's a good idea. Maybe every couple of days, we'll just alternate. Everybody just take a mental health day. That's a great idea, right? Instead of people going, oh my God, this is the worst possible time. And we got to document this and this kind of mess, right? So something about you being structured and authoritative is attracting on a particular frequency a variety of energies that are attracted to your energy, and it's not always sexually, right? So when we're talking about so your auric layer, that's the second auric layer, this is your emotional body here, is related to your sacral chakra, 2 to 3 inches off of your body, including unprocessed feelings from the past. And this layer shifts as your mood shifts. This is why it's important for you to be careful of who you're allowing into your emotional body, who you're allowing to get that close to you, right? So again, that can even be your next door neighbors. That's people who are huggers, who want to shake your hand, who are just like within that, because you can't really hide your emotions when it comes to things, and you're letting people get that close to things. So this is why once you realize who these energies were in the past, that you actually had their backs, and they stabbed you in the back, source is saying to you, it's just best for you to just go ahead and cut ties. Just go ahead and cut. Just go ahead. And this is somebody that is from your past that you felt like this is a love interest. This is a love interest, and this is somebody that you actually had their back in something. And this could have been somebody that you let live with you at some point in time. This is somebody that you could have had situations where wherever you went, you let them, you put in a good word for them. You could have let them live with you. You could have, something you did where you were pouring into them and helping them in some way, and just you got stabbed in the back. This could have been somebody that you that you could have been in a romantic relationship with. Again, we're all in human form. Whatever you did, it wasn't perfect. It wasn't good enough. Somebody felt like something was their way or the highway, and they decided, all three of them decided, hey, they're going to stab me. They needed a third person to make something happen. So again, this third energy right here, I said they needed a third, and this is the Ace of Swords, to try to drive you crazy. They needed a third energy to try to drive you crazy. And you're smart enough to see, this is you being high vibrational, you were smart enough to see, in addition to your high priestess gifts, to know, okay, they needed this one through to initiate this one here. This is an initiation process, but you were already initiated by source. So you know exactly who the energies are. So you were paying attention. And so now they have no choice but to pay attention. They have no choice but to pay attention. You know that they were the ones that bullied this one here. So they have no choice but to pay attention, because now, like I said, they're going through their karma right now, wanting to come back into your space. And that's a firm no. That is a firm no. You're very structured. You're very organized. You know exactly what feeds your spirit, what your spirit needs. And physically, you don't want those energies anywhere near you. You're seeing something from a higher frequency now. This is a temperance card. They were trying to bring a temper out in you. They used this one energy to see if they could use this one energy, if it was going to bring a temper out in you. It didn't. It didn't, because you see things from a higher frequency. They try to keep this energy away from you. They try to separate you all. They try to make this energy do something to bring a temper out in you. It didn't. Your ancestors were with you all the way, telling you to keep a high frequency. They did everything they could possibly do to bring a temper out in you. And so Source is saying, you're focused on your 11th house. You're community oriented and you're a very friendly person. And so the karma is coming back on. It's already started, because it's, like I said, you feel fulfilled. This is now about enforcing boundaries. This is about now enforcing boundaries. So usually when you enforce boundaries with loved ones, they think that you've gotten brand new and you're different or you changed, but you're very much aware of what was done and what they did to this energy here to bully them. They're the ones that have blood on their hands. There's nothing to do. As far as you're concerned, their karma is coming back. The same energy that they put out towards you. So your card here to start out with is the Justice card. So balance is restored. Truth, integrity, karmic alignment is here. The affirmation that I created for you all here is, I stand in truth, harmony, and divine alignment, right? And so the emotional field here for you is the Two of Cups, harmony and love, emotional connection, soul recognition. The affirmation I created for you here is, I attract relationships rooted in balance and devotion. And so someone is very attracted to your energy. But again, when your energy is attractive, we're not talking about who's best looking, who's the tallest, shortest, whatever. Attractive, your energy is magnetic. Let me just use that word. Your energy is magnetic. You have attracted two energies who really feel like you really nurture their spirit. You really nurture their spirit. They see you as being a person who would not do them an injustice. They know that you're not an open enemy. They know that you would have their backs. So they know that for certain, that you would have their back. So Source is saying to you, that's where the breakthrough comes in. And that's where Source balanced things out for you. That's where Source balanced some things out for you. The mental energy for you all is the Ace of Swords here. And so the mental clarity, decisions, divine insight, truth, activation here. The affirmation that I created for you all is, my mind is clear, sharp, and aligned with my soul. Yeah, you have a good memory going back for you here. And then we also have the physical world, which is the King of Swords, boundaries, wisdom, authority, self-respect. And also affirmation here for you is that I choose peace through clarity, confidence, and sovereignty here. So remain high frequency. Spiritual energy is the High Priestess. And so inner knowing, intuition, sacred feminine guidance. The affirmation I created for you is, my intuition is pure, precise, and divinely guided. The gift for you this week here is Six of Pentacles, balance and energy, reciprocity, generosity, harmony, and gift and receive, and give and receive. So affirmation for you is, I give and receive love, support, and abundance equally. What you're releasing is the Five of Swords, right? Releasing conflict, overthinking, unfair situations, mental battles. Affirmation here is, I release conflict and choose peace as my power. And the lesson for you is the Temperance card. This is, you're seeing something from a higher frequency. Healing, moderation, sacred patience, energetic alchemy. And affirmation for you here is, I blend my energies in divine balance and trust the process. Yep, you trust the process. The spirit guidance is the Star. Hope, guidance, destiny, divine timing, renewal. An affirmation here for you would be, I am guided by divine light and aligned with my highest destiny. The outcome for you would be completion, balance, restored, elevation, new cycle, fulfillment. An affirmation that I created for you all here is, I step into a new cycle of peace, balance, and divine success. To close out your reading for you all Libras, Spirit whispers to you, a peace is not found, is created through alignment. This week, your soul builds a temple of balance where clarity rules love flows freely, and your intuition crowns you sovereign. You're not bending to meet the world. You are centering so that the world aligns with you. Your spirit rests in beauty, and your heart rises in truth. Your mind clears to see destiny, and you are the balance. And life returns to harmony around you. Yep. So let's see when we close this out. You are filled with energy, but I do feel like I'm talking to somebody who could be possibly single, who you have attracted. You have attracted to soulmates, right? And soulmates don't necessarily mean romantic, just so we're crystal clear. They don't necessarily mean romantic. That know that boundaries were crossed. Your new home awaits. Heart chakra cleanse. Somebody never stopped loving you. Everything in moderation. Everything in moderation. You have the gift of premonition. This is forewarning. So sometimes you find out in advance. Let me see. It could come through your dreams, right? Your bitter ex's lover wants you. I have no idea who that is. One yes from God is all you need. You could have had a download through a dream, so she apologizes for betraying you. Much better lies ahead. Somebody is very impulsive, meaning that somebody put the cart before the horse. Somebody really thought they were going to hurry up and race and do something before you did something, right? So this could be, yeah, but you're seeing something from a higher frequency. Seeing something from a higher frequency. So anyway, so here we have your mental health is just as important as your physical health. Here we have time to ground yourself. And also their demon is a demon of pride. And then your inner child is proud of you. And so booked and busy, not burdened and bitter. So prepare for an increase in pay. And then also be patient. The answers you seek are coming. You are an answered prayer. Move in silence, move on in silence, and move on in peace. They want the best for you. So somebody is amongst the incubi and succubi. Let's pull some oracle cards and let's go ahead and close this out. Let's go ahead and close this out. Self-love. So let the wall that falls separates me from my own vulnerable inner child. I long to take care of myself like never before. All right, let's see what else. Closure. So you'll be getting some kind of closure on some things. And then also, you are good enough. You are good enough. All right. So continue moving mountains. Your sixth house is going to be of importance to you. Like somebody was paid to lie in court on you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. To first analyze your day, your schedule, to kind of sort of find out what your hours of working. Like just craziness. But anyway, this is what I'm seeing for you all. But you're getting some kind of closure. All right. Bye.